Hey everybody, it's me, Bill. I'm back. Um, Today's January 18th, 2023. I'm going to go through and we're going to analyze the S&P chart the entire week. And let me explain. From Friday here, this little bitty tiny part here constitutes Monday, Martin Luther King's birthday, the holiday, and then the transition here into the day after. So you could maybe call these 2 days running together a single day, but you know, the day here is going to be suspect to begin with, just coming out. But Monday, we're not going to worry about. I just wanted you to see it. Tuesday, we're going to go through and analyze the trades here and then the trades here. And same analysis that we do using the crude. We're going to look at the markets from about 7 o'clock in the S&P because it really doesn't start moving until about 7:30, 8 o'clock. But we're going to see how it ran yesterday, and then we're going to see it running today. Now, yesterday being Tuesday, coming out of the holiday, days like this, just to tell you, they're not great. And as you can see, crude wasn't bad, but the indexes, they usually take an extra day to shake out of holidays, but we're going to go. So looking here at 6 o'clock in the morning, we're looking for sell trades. Here at about 7:45, we have a failure, but we're trading back down toward a failure. We know we're in consolidation here. Hopefully, we're going to look forward to breaking out. So we finally do here. There's your price failure, and there's your confirmation. Your confirmation bar did two things at this point. It changed the background color to white by breaking out of that failed oscillation there, that failed top. So that means that everything was right to be able to get into the trade right at that point. Once you're in that trade, your stop is at the failure, and then you migrate that stop. Again, you can do it by bars. You can adjust it based off the price failure. Again, I'm always going to show you based off of the price failure. If you want to be even more conservative and trap more profit, again, that's totally up to you. I'm anal. I just like to run off the price failures. So there's my entry at the open of that bar. My exit is going to be getting stopped out, off of the stop off that failure. Trades about 1.25 points. All right, so now we go again. Background color is white. There's our failure. Now it's a red bar. And again, I've told you if your oscillation bar is a red bar, I'll usually take it. It'd have to be pretty wacky not to, but that's just telling me that, price is fixing to reverse at that point. And, coming off that failed bottom, I'm looking for it to go up. So there's my red bar, there's my confirmation, there's my entry. Now I will stay with that trade again until, I get an indicator that, price is failing out on me. Price comes up and creates a failure of resistance. Well, seemingly that's a good enough reason for me. So as soon as that bar confirms, there's my confirmation, there's my exit of that bar. Remember, there's my entry, and then there's my confirmation, there's my exit. 2 3/4 on that one. Now, you could have stayed with that trade to go through that, failure on, but anytime you don't follow strict rules, you're guessing. And, pack your stuff up and head to the casino, because that's no different. I mean, if you follow rules, you'll succeed. If you don't follow rules, you're just guessing, you're gambling. So again, you're out of that trade. Price pulls back, gives you another failure. There's your confirmation bar. There's your entry at that point. Once you're in that trade, price moves up, you adjust the stop here. There's my red bar for my exit. So again, there's my price failure bar, there's my confirmation, there's my entry. I'll move the little markers over so we've got room. That was our best trade so far. And got 9 points out of that. Now, again, price failure. Oh, okay, we're going at it again. No confirmation. Now we get a down bar. Okay. Now you have a match that's already taken out your failure. Well, matches, especially if I'm going to get them, when we're starting to create consolidation in here, I'll stay away from them. Price match comes up, chops out, finally breaks through some support here. Great. Price is going to drop. This is where I go to the bathroom, I make a cup of coffee. Why? Because I know that if price is dropping at this point and the background color is white, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't have a place to enter the trade. We see here it bottoms, we consolidate. You can see it set up, but it also goes into a consolidation here as well and drops. Excuse me. Now we have new resistance, we have new support. Well, you don't have a color change trade to buy here as well. So you're not going to short. I mean, at this point with the new high, you're looking, color change trades for longs. But again, this is trading up until noon. I'll show you the rest of the trades the rest of the day, but I don't like sitting in front of the screens all day. I'm doing the videos for you guys, but as far as trading and doing this, it's just, it'll burn you out. So background color green. Great. I'm looking for shorts. Now give me an oscillation. Well, there it is. There's my failure. There's my confirmation bar. So there's my entry. My entry's at 20 minutes after 12. Now, you're already done trading for the day. Or at least you should. Now we're gonna play these trades out till the end of the day. And again, this is Tuesday. This was the day after the holiday. So there's my entry. New low, price starts to rise up again here. Now, remember, I'm short. I get a price failure of resistance. Great. Price is going to go back down. Then I get a price failure of support, not what I want. So if my entry is here, okay, my stop has to be when price is creating a failure in the direction that I'm going. So my exit is here. So my exit is here. Remember, there's your confirmation bar and there's your entry. Now, you got into that trade about 20 after 12. You're out of that trade about 20 minutes till 2. I'm just saying, you lost 1.5 points and you had to suffer 1 hour and 20 minutes. Best tradings in the morning. So price breaks up back here again. Now, let me mark this. Sorry, so slow with the tools, but part of it's me being an old guy and the other parts of being the program I'm using. So then it breaks up here. Wonderful. Failed support, new resistance, color change, shootsy scores. Intuitively, I'm looking at it and going, okay, great. I'm getting a color change at 1/4 to 2. Now, I know from 30 years of trading that the market's going to do something in the afternoon, whether it's going to continue to go up or go down, or, it's going to do something, whether it has any conviction or not, who knows? I'm going to mark these trades. So there's my entry right off that failure. As soon as I get that color change, okay, price is going to go up, and then I get a black bar. Oh, crap. Well, price is going to reverse. So as soon as that bar confirms, I'm out on that bar. Okay, remember? So I'm in the trade here. I'm out of the trade here. I made a little bit. But this is where reading the individual chart and reading the individual bars pays off. Because look what happened. As soon as you got that black bar, as soon as the black bar said, hey, I'm crazy. I got a head and a tail. I got resistance. I got support. I'm a mess. Well, a black bar is always going to be followed by an inside bar, and there's your inside bar, and it's like whatever. Exit that trade. Don't question it. Don't think you know more than your chart does. It's imperative that you follow the rules for each individual trade. It'll save your life, trust me. So now, white background, price drops. Okay, we're looking for buying opportunities. There's my failure, confirmation bar, wrong color. There's my failure, confirmation bar, wrong color. There's my price failure, confirmation bar, wrong color. There's my failure, confirmation bar, wrong color. Every single one of those kept you out of those trades. Next, going into the close. Now, I'd never trade this close to the close of the market, but I'm going to mark it for you anyway. We already know that these trades in here were crappy anyway because of where, what was occurring at the end of the day. But there's your price failure. Okay. Now, this is trading toward failure. That's not as strong as a new low or a new high, but it is a breach. It is breaking through the previous price failure. So there's your price failure, your oscillation, excuse me. There's your confirmation bar, and there's your entry bar. Well, as soon as you get in, it just chops. And then you get 3 bars and it's an exit, and it's exiting right at 4 o'clock. So there's your exit and there's your entry. Now, those last 3 trades, I wouldn't have traded with your account. When I come in and hit this, as soon as I get that first smack in the face here, I know, well, I more than likely wouldn't have taken that trade because we were going back down to test that support. That's just me. Following the rules, taking the trade, absolutely. There's your, but you could have gotten out down here before this thing started to reverse. And that's the nice thing about the GUI and your ability to read a chart. All these trades are by the book. These you wouldn't necessarily have taken at the end of the day, but let's take a look at the totals. 9, 11 3/4, 12, 13, 13 3/4. Minus 6 3/4. So net 7 or net $350 for the day on 6 trades. You're looking at that $350 on 6 trades. That's a return of about 75% return on your margin. Margin for trading the S&P is $500. You made $350 in a day, and that's per contract. And with this particular chart, this is nearly an 11,000 contract bar chart. So that means that, easily you could trade 100 contracts here with little to no slippage. So this is the S&P. Now, this is Monday. This is, I'll stretch this out because here's Wednesday. Then we're going to look at this as well. Remember, yesterday we made $350. Well, out of the gate here, let's see where 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock runs. We have background color white. See what we get here. The only entry we get is here, and that's about almost 9 o'clock. There's your failure. There's your confirmation bar. Now you're confirming, you're going back up to a new high. Everything's fine. There's your entry. Except for one thing, you immediately hit a price failure. So there's your entry. There's your price failure bar of resistance. There's your confirmation. There's your exit. So entry. There's my exit. 3.25 points. Okay, great. Now, starting the day off right. So, still looking for buys. There's a failure because remember, I can't see any of this. There's a failure. There's my green bar, wrong direction. So then price goes down through here and takes this out. Now let's look at that sell trade. Last resistance was a new high. Compare resistance to resistance. Last support was a new low. So we have ascending consolidation. We have support making new highs and resistance making new lows. Sorry. So I call it ascending consolidation because neither end knows which way it's going. That's a joke. So at that point, it's down. So now we have a price failure. By the time you get the color change, there's your confirmation bar, and it's like, oh, well, crap. It's blue. So, we're not going to short that in, being green. So now I'm looking for sell trades. Well, there's a failure and there's my confirmation bar. Wonderful. Okay. Now I'll spread this out so you can see it better. Again, there's my failure. There's your confirmation bar. So there's my entry. Well, crap. As soon as I'm in my trade, it confirms and, there's my black bar. So it's like, there's my exit. There was my entry. 2.5 points. It's like, somebody told me, they said, well, your losers are small. I said, yeah, well, there's a reason they're small. There's a reason the losing trades are so small is because the rules are so strict. Meaning, if you follow the rules, you can't get away with anything. It's like, well, I thought, or maybe it would, or it coulda, it woulda. No, that's not the way it works. So again, looking for shorts. There's a match. There's a confirmation bar. Well, we don't trade for matches. So now price goes back up again. Well, this time we have the color change. We're trading toward a new high. And so we have resistance making new highs, support making higher lows. So it's like, as soon as that breaks out, there's a buy. Well, then I get another black bar. And it's like, curses, foiled again. So, get my point, right? There's my entry. There's my black bar. There's my confirmation bar. And there's my exit. So, the black bar has, still netted me out 3/4 point. Okay. When you're watching these videos, you're seeing how the bars themselves are teaching you the simplicity of just trading the chart you're seeing. No indicators, nothing to interpret. I love this stuff. So anyway, so we're looking for buys. We're out, on that bar. Where's there's my next one. Great. There's my failure. There's my confirmation bar. Wonderful. Now, there's my entry. Well, I'm in that trade. Again, there's my price failure. There's my confirmation. I don't want to see that, so there's my exit. And the exit is twofold because I've got 3 green bars. And at that point, I've also, excuse me, or the open of that bar is my exit. So there's my entry. Let's get my right point. And there's my exit. And at this point, you're just kind of pretty disgusted with the day this morning. But it's like, never be discouraged because the market will always come out of its funk. It always does. Nobody knows the exact moment that it will, but we can see it. So we see as soon as we break through support here, we see all the weakness going on up here. We see match, failure, 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 you know, the new couple new highs, but in between, it's just everything's failing. Well, then the color change occurs. Now, we're not going to take the color change because that's a new high, but we're going to allow the price failures and failures as they occur to allow us to get back in. And remember, we're trading down till noon. So next price failure is here. There's the confirmation. There's my entry. Nope, wrong start. And at that point, red bar, you can take an exit. Now, again, your exits are discretionary based on your opinion on where price is going. If you see that red bar and you go, well, I'll stick the stop at the top, and you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that when I see the market tap me on the shoulder and tell me something like that, regardless of how accurate it is, I'm going to do it. Because when this dropped and then this came back up and started to break back through where my exit, where I should have taken an exit, let me tell you, I'm going to be mad at myself at that point, because it's like, see, I told you I should have gotten out. It's when you start speaking to yourself. But let me show you. So price comes up and creates another failure. There's the confirmation. There's a re-entry. Now, look, you locked in your profit there. You got back in here. And what did you give up? To me, that's about 4 or 5 less Tums I have to eat. All right. So it's like, okay, there's your entry. Where's my exit? Let's drop, stop, adjust there, stop, adjust here, continue to drop, new lows. There's a failure. Oh, I get stopped out here. There's my price failure, adjust it there, and there's my stop. So I'm stopped out here, and my entry here was here. 22 points on that trade. So let's see where we're at. Well, at that point, we're about 11:51. I don't know if we're going to get another trade today, but we're going to look, trade until noon. Now, we get, drops. This thing comes in. I'm not going to, there's no way I'm taking any buy in here. It's just not going to happen. Even here, when this gives me a failure and then comes up, there's no way. Not with a precipitous drop like this. I'm going to let this play out a little bit before I got back into it, even though that is telling me if I get in at this point. And if I did, I'm only in at a bar, because if I get into it here, based on the price failure in the confirmation bar, I'm out of it here, because this price failure of resistance, as soon as it confirms, it's there. So just to make you feel better on market. I hear that little person that sits on my shoulder go, just market. People will understand it if you just market. You can tell I'm doing this by myself, right? All right, so price drops again. Now, at this point, you have the price failure and your confirmation bar, but your background color doesn't change until that color, okay? So, you have no reason to take the short here, and it's after 12 o'clock. If you see this thing dropping and saying, let me see, as long as this background color is staying green, I'm going to be taking shorts, as long as they're viable. As long as they're profitable, I'll take them. And again, that's up to you. So we'll cut the trades off here on this particular trade. We shouldn't have really taken that. It should have been that one, because this was after our 12 o'clock time. But I'll mark. There's your price failure. There's your confirmation. There's your entry. Make sure I got my marker. And then your exit. There's your 3-bar exit and out. I messed that. Pardon me for this. My mouse went up and oh. I apologize, everybody. My hands twitch a little bit, so I'll go back and fix those two in a minute. Let me continue with this. Sorry for the distraction. So failure, confirmation bar, entry again. And you're back down your new low. So there's your entry. And again, the market creates a failure, it confirms it, and there's your out. Now, again, you're out because the market has given you a failure as a target. And it's like, yeah, I don't need that. I don't need the potential of, the market turning against me. So again, taking a chunk of the profit out. Price comes up again, creates a failure. There's your confirmation. Now, this time you're trading back toward not only a price failure, but a match. I used to teach this in class when I was in class. Trading toward a match for me is a thing of beauty, because the only thing better than a new high is a match, because price has a natural attraction to a match, because it's almost like it's a living, breathing entity going, you're not going to stay a match. I'm either going to go up and test you and eliminate you as a target, or you're going to fail off of it. So personally, I like trading toward matches. So I'll mark this. Confirmation entry bar. Remember, when you're in the trade, there's your, failed low, new low, pullback. Excuse me. Drops again, and now you get another failure again. And the confirmation is a red bar. So there's every reason in the world to tell you to get the heck out of that trade. Oh, days getting long, and my hands are stopping to work. 4.5 more points. Now, again, now you got the price failure bar. Now on here, your confirmation bar has taken out your target. Your low, yeah. Your confirmation bar has taken out your price failure, has taken out your failure, and is now, making a concerted effort to take out the new low. But those are no longer targets because your confirmation has taken that out. So again, totally acceptable to take the trade. There's your price failure. There's your confirmation bar. There's your entry. And the market gives you a nice little red bar to get out of the trade. Now, we're seeing diminishing in the future, but let's see how those play out. There's my confirmation bar. There's my reason to go short again. So I'm short. Now, new low comes up, it bounces. I'm not stopped out. It drops again. There's my 3-bar exit. So there's my 3-bar exit. There's my confirmation, and there's my entry. And, if you want to get crazy, there's your price failure. There's your confirmation bar. I don't know what was there. There might have been a tick or two in it. But you can see where playing the rules out and just playing, the morning was good. Up until here, we were looking at 26, 30, minus 16. So you're looking about 13.5 points. About $675 up until lunch. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then after lunch, you had another and I'm not even going to count the last trade, but I mean, if you decided that, you know, the market was dropping and that you were going to play out the rest of the day, there's 11, 15 and a half, 24 and a half. I just call it 24. Another $1,200 in the afternoon. So, you know, nearly $2,000 on a Wednesday, you know, and it's just a matter of a chart. This chart speed is a 10,987. It's just something that what I do is I visually look at the chart to see that, you know, there's enough oscillations every day. I see days that are going to be consolidation, and I just say it is what it is. I want to see more days that the frequency of the chart just flows nicely. And you'll be able to pick that up over time. The same way that, you know, you walk through a buffet line and go, oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks awful. You're not going to put the stuff that looks awful on your plate, and charts are the same way. And, you know, giving yourself a little bit of time, but you don't even have to do that because I give you all the chart speeds. You know, I give you the base to start from. I go, here, this is what I use. If you want to go faster, if you want to go slower, you can do whatever you want to do because you are in control of your chart. I said something to Frank today. You know, you choose the size of the pool you trade in. You don't choose the people that are trading in the pool with you. And I want to leave that there, but some of you are going to go, well, what are you trying to say? Well, you know, if I'm a fish and I'm in a pool full of sharks, I want to be in a pretty decent sized pool so that I can navigate around. I don't want to be in a trapped pool. So when, you know, a shark reaches out from the middle of nowhere and, you know, tries to take a bite, that I don't have any place to go. And that's why these stops are all small. So I hope this has helped. This is the S&P. I'll try to throw up NASDAQ next. Take care. Thanks for looking at price physics. And I know you're going to find it as amazing as I do.